Hey there, this is Beth, and today we are talking about the Faery Oracles, the Helpline Troupe. And excuse me, the Helpline Troupe really come to our aid. They're smaller. Smaller. That's what Froud refers to them. Smaller Fae that help us out. I don't know if they're really smaller. They're just kind of in a different classification than some of the more major players out there, such as the Sidhe. This group, they're really right there on the forefront helping you out, whereas like guides and guardians are guiding you and protecting you and helping you along. These guys are really in the muck, helping you see what's going on internally and externally with your life. And they deal in getting you going, whether you want to or not, but they're a lot more gentle than, say, the challengers, who obviously are challenging. And they ask us to get honest with ourselves. One of the cards is honesty. And it's being truthful with yourself in a very honest way that's not harmful. It's like when someone's, it's like, I don't mean to offend. You know they mean to offend in a way. Or being brutally honest in a way is almost not being honest. And that's one of the things that comes up with dealing with honesty. How there's honest and then there's being honest to be kind of mean to someone. And that's not what true honesty is about. It's about approaching someone with compassion to bring about a dialogue to help them see and be honest with themselves and not be cruel about it. And these are those kind of cards. Many of them are very gentle. Three of probably the most gentle cards in this deck are in the Helpline Troupe. They're the Oakman, Geo the Slow, and Mick the Myomancer. All three cards very earthy, very gentle, and not particularly slow, any of them. When the Oakmen come up, it's usually a good time to slow down and take a look at the big picture and how you don't have to rush into everything and get it all done now. It's a huge call to slow down, whereas Mick, another call to slow down, but for a different reason. It's a call to let's see. We have clouds reflecting, so light's really hard today. Mick deals in many, many signs. It's the kind of thing where, and they're all small. It's like feathers in your path, pretty stone. An idea washing the dishes. And sometimes, the small ones are pretty miraculous. Even, I had a friend do something, a colleague friend do something for me, and she got the fox. She got fox for me. And that was it the day that day? No, it was the next day. I watched a fox trot on our side yard. So, that's the kind of thing that Mick's gonna bring into your life is signs. And there's gonna be tons of them. Tons and tons and tons everywhere. And they're all gonna be small and plentiful. And it'll let you know you're on your way. Geo the Slow, once again, very earthy, very slow, go slow. There is a strong kind of honesty and very earthy. Froud says these are elementals, but I find this is really a lot of earth in this part, whereas the Guides and Guardians, lots of water with a dash of air. I feel like Helpline Troupe is a lot of earth with a dash of air. Not so much water in this one. Lots of things that feel earthy. And then you have some things that feel very airy about this part of the deck. you know, one of the things with this is you can feel like it's a bit off, that things, you can't quite get what's going on. And part of that is there is an air element that comes into this aspect with the helpline troupe, and you get that in the topsy-turvets and in the collective of pixies. Both of those have somewhat of a chaotic, I mean, the topsy-turvies, I mean, you know, you get them this way, you get them that, that's just amplified. If they're reversed, topsy-turvies name is very self-explanatory. You know, it's just everywhere. Very chaotic. And the collective of pixies can also have a certain amount of chaos to it, but not so much as the turvets. The collective of pixies is a card of collaboration, of working with things, but it can also, you know, they're pixies. So things can get a little chaotic there. There is an aspect of chaos that comes into this deck with the helpline troupe. And you know, when you kind of, and it can kind of manifest in this way that you feel that everything's going wrong and it's not going right and you can't figure it out, all of a sudden, bam, it just all falls into place and you get it. Other cards that are included in the helpline troupe are the friends. Or you get kind of this balance of things such as that. And then kind of what I consider two of the more airy cards. Tate and the Sylph. And she's just coming off here. She's pretty much... Can we get her? No, her face ain't going to show up. She looks like Blair White today. But she's about being quick, mental acumen, using your brain and your intellect as opposed to just your heart, and combining the aspects of intellect with heart to make your choices. Leaves the shadows. One of the slightly darker clouds, still a little bit on the airy side, a little earthy too, actually. With brain cramp. She deals with the darker aspects of the human psyche. Froud refers to her kind of like she's the patron fairy of social workers. She deals in those kind of issues, things that are a little darker, a little deeper to get through. And when you're working with the helpline, a lot of times, it's when you're really doing a lot of direct work upon yourself. All of them are direct work, but these, you know, are really direct applications of oftentimes what needs to be changed in your life. And they're right there to help you. They're not, you know, quite as challenging as a challenge, or even the she have a certain challenge aspect. Arvel decided to escape. You know, even the she and the guides and guardians too have a certain, a bit more push and challenge to them. And the helpline troupe is much more supportive all around than the others. Let me look at my notes. Yeah, and a lot of the helpline is rooted in the everyday aspects. It's not in, you know, some grand working. It's in your everyday life and how you are living it. And that's really a good place to start when working with the helpline troupe. You know, they're not such the big archetypes such as in the she, or say the singers, that are so in many ways abstract concepts of metaphysical philosophy. And they're very more concrete. The oakman, you can go find an oak and really identify with that card. Or Geo the Slow, you just get out in nature and gives you ability to identify a lot with nature and the slowness that can come with nature. You know, it's very mundane, practical in a way, compared to some of the more high and mighty cards. or, you know, we're going to see in the challenge years here in the next installment of things that push you completely out of your comfort zone and into your change zone. So, you know, the helpline troupe kind of helps with that kind of stuff too. You're not going to get, say, a whole reading of challengers or helpline. You tend to get a good mix of everybody. And, you know, the supporting group, supporters really support each other and work with each other nicely. And that's what you need to strive for with this. And especially with the helpline, because they're really there to help do support for you. And I think that is all for this today. Have a great day. Bye.